Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. With the team, hey, we about it, get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping? What you need, hey? Yeah, I got it, with the team, yeah. We about it, wow. Get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping?
Yeah, why you capping? Why you capping, no? Feel like a rubber band, I've been snapping, no. Yeah, I've been up here with my team, so you know this what I mean. We've been going up like that.
Oh, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to the one, the only, NYYU. It is I, and I am him, Pete Simonetti. I am joined by the one, the only, Great Dane Huber, also known as Bigfoot's right-hand man.
What's going on, everybody? Chat, what's up?
Smacky the like, hitty the sub, you sons of bitches. Let me tell you right now, Mario, of course, loves the hat. You know, I wonder why do you think he likes the hat? Do you any idea?
I have absolutely no clue.
I figured it's just a nice hat.
Yeah.
Dane, I got a nice cup of coffee here today.
You cut that awful close getting that cup of coffee.
I did. If everybody doesn't know, I was just got back in time to ensure that we started this show the way we needed to. But we are here, Dane. We are ready to rock and roll. There was actually just another rumor out there. We're going to get to it momentarily, but I had to get Dane on this show, guys. Dane, when we're not on the show together for like 4 days, I tell you what, it kind of hurts me a little bit.
You know, I was feeling that way a little bit this morning myself. So I had to hit you up and say.
You did. You said it. Really what he said, he was like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm appearing today. And I'm like, but I'm doing it. He's like, I don't care if it's Jira's birthday. I don't care, he said. You're getting on the friggin' thing with me live. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. No problem. No problem.
Put my big foot down.
He put his big foot down. That's it. He put his big foot down. Every now and then it happens. Let's see what we got in here. We got our guy Philo in here, Anthony Garcia, Lois Simmons, Popoff Diaz, Steve, William, Tim, FL Diver. What's going on, my guy? Anthony Garcia, Dave. Okay, got a little Dave. Alex, what's going on, my brother? NYC Aviation, Crackle Nuts, as we call him, L.I. Crackle King. Tim, King of Jordans. Gene, how you doing? Nick the Gamer. And guys, before we go any further, any craziness here, drop a voicemail, 804-592-6160. Again, 804-592-6160. Dane, my friend, how you doing? How you feeling?
Good. I'm excited to see a little Yankees hot stove tonight.
Let me ask you a question. Are you like this time of year now? Are you more excited? Do you get more excited for the prospects or do you get more excited for the actual Yankee team?
Yankee team.
But you just love the prospects.
I love the prospects because it gives you a whole idea of what's going on in the system and what they might be planning for.
I tell you, Dane, you're the best. You're the friggin' best. Guys, is he not the best? Give him a round of applause. Come on. Come on. We're trying to just eat some show here for a second.
Yeah, pretty much.
A little later. That's all we're trying to do right now, folks. We do got a super chat from the one, the only, our good friend and friendly neighborhood DJ Steelio.
Thank you
Steels.
for being a friend.
My fellow gringo amigo Simonetti and big brain Dane. What's up, guys? What's the news with Syndergaard being on our radar? Dane is so tough, he can cut a knife with a loaf of bread. Damn.
Wow.
Good one. I like that one, actually. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'll have to try it.
Does anybody want to see that happen live? I think that's something live. Let's see that happen live. Anyway.
We'll schedule that in 2 weeks.
We'll schedule this out in 2 weeks. We'll plan how to make it work, how to figure this thing out. We'll go from there. But guys, we will bring you Yankee Hot Stove coming on at 6:30. But let's get right into the grilled cheese of the conversation. And that is Blake Snell. There's a report out there by Bob Klappich, who is not always the most accurate, but he's been on a couple of things. I know he got some hell. I think it was a couple of maybe Guardies last year when he was kind of putting the stuff out there that Gardy was giving Cole shit, and the clubhouse was a bit of a mess, and the Yankees kind of sat there and was like, nah, everything's good. I don't know what this guy's doing. But anyway, he's reporting that Hal Steinbrenner has completely moved on from Blake Snell. Now, I think it's very, very likely that you could look at this in obviously two ways. One,
Yeah.
I could understand why they may feel that way and go, you know what? We're done here. They still want all this money. It's almost February. We're not going to keep playing this game. We made an offer. It's the only offer they have. I'm done. I'm done with this, and let's go ahead and move on. Or it's a prop for the media to say, hey, you better get a move on because we're ready to go. Like, we're done here. We got Stroman. We're not interested. There's also the big tax threshold stuff that's in the way. A lot of that money goes to the teams who kind of put the money in their back pocket. Hal Steinbrenner doesn't like that. I don't blame him. But Dane, what's your takeaway on it?
I think that if Snell still manages to fall in their lap, they have to be interested because you add Snell, that makes that rotation unbelievable. But I also don't blame him for moving on. Boris is playing a game of chicken with him, and it's going to be to see what team blinks first, I guess.
Yeah, that's a very, very valid point with what you just said. And that's kind of the way I'm feeling about the situation myself, is that the Yankees could very well, it's very easy for the Yankees right now to sit there and go, hey, look, we're out. We're done. We're good. Because everybody knows that if this continues to go further and further out, he could eventually go, hey, man, let's reach back out to the Yankees and see what we can do. And at that point, the Yankees could very well, it's like I said in my video the other day, is the Yankees could sit there and go, look, we offered 150. We're not coming close to that. So if you want to be here, we'll figure something out. But do not even start with anywhere near that number unless we're walking away. Because I agree with what you said. I think it would be too hard. And I think it would be stupid also to just walk away from Snell if he's not signed. It's like, hey, I need a home. Let's figure something out. That wouldn't be smart baseball for the New York Yankees. Especially to the point now they're good on the pitching market, but now they're also interested in Noah Syndergaard.
That's the Cressy connection.
Right.
He works out with Eric Cressy, and Cressy's been trying to get him to the Bronx for 3 years now.
And he actually came close. If you remember the year that he signed with the Angels.
Yes,
the Yankees
very
were
close.
Apparently one of the teams that was actually offering him something to get him there. But this is via John Heyman. Yankees are among about 15 teams to have gone to watch one of Noah Syndergaard's pen sessions. Their interest level is unknown, but he was said to be in the mid-90s. Nice, but the craziest thing about that nowadays, right, is everybody throws mid-90s. So it's like you're not. Are we supposed to be impressed that he has a 94-mile-an-hour fastball? Guess it's good, but is his numbers going to improve based off what they were last year?
No. I just don't. He's never been able to stay healthy enough to stay on the mound long enough. He might be somebody that they would consider transitioning to a bullpen role, and he might be really good in that.
Well,
but who knows?
And also, too, I'm actually happy you are on with us today because I do want to bring something up regarding the bullpen that I actually read recently that you were spot on. I gave you credit for yesterday, but we're going to talk about it again. Let me stick on Syndergaard here for a second. Noah Syndergaard again last year, a 6.50 ERA, 18 games started. I don't know what he's going to look to get, but look at these numbers here. He doesn't walk guys cute. But, he is about as bad gets. And I'm not going to pick on the guy and say he never was good. Because in 2022, he was solid. A 3.94 ERA, 24 game start, 134 innings. K numbers were kind of gone. But we know you can live without the velo. We know you can live without the dominating stuff in baseball. Many guys have done it. But the thing is with this guy, there's the injuries, as you were talking about. There's everything else. And what's so sexy? What I can't really find anything from this.
That's the Blue Man Group, buddy.
as the Blue Man Group, 100%. And usually when you see the Blue Man Group, you go the other way.
Yeah,
So
that's what I would recommend. I would rather give our kids opportunities versus signing him for double whatever's going to take to sign him.
yeah, and speaking of the kids, I want to bring this up because I saw this. I want to say it was Brendan Cuddy, I believe, talked about this. But Dane, you've been on this for quite some time now. He said yesterday, and I'll please, go into some detail about Will Warren and who he is. But if anybody missed this, I think it was yesterday or the day before, there was an article. And in that article from Brendan Cuddy, he wrote that the Yankees are going to give Warren a very, very long look in spring training. Now, he also mentioned what you said, that there could be the possibility that he makes the team out the bullpen.
Right.
But I want to ask you this. We know that Clark Schmidt was on the mound.
Right.
Threw the ball. He took the ball. He made his starts. We know that already. They weren't always pretty. Only for 2 months roughly was decent. Other than that, it was a bit of a train
Horrible.
wreck. Nestor Cortez, we got no friggin' clue. We got no idea. If Nestor gets shelled, let's say in spring, let's say if Clark looks decent, do you think there is a legitimate chance that Warren could start the year in the majors as a starting pitcher?
I think there's always a possibility, but I think that they will give Nestor an opportunity to start if he's healthy. The only way that I really see that is if there's an injury and Weaver doesn't mark out. I think.
Oh, yeah, because I forgot about Weaver would probably be in line ahead of Warren also.
Warren. And Beaters might be as well because he's on the 40-man.
Ah, that's right. Great point. I forgot that Will Warren is not on the 40-man roster yet.
He's only been
Great
out of
point.
college for 2.5 years.
Right.
So, I mean,
Right.
this is a kid whose stuff is so good. He spent 8 games in high A before being in double A from an 8th round pick.
Wow.
We saw him last year come out of the bullpen a couple times. He's the 6-pitch starting pitcher, but when he goes to the bullpen, he pares down his pitch package to a 2-seam, which has got some of the best movement on it of anybody that you've ever seen, better than Mike King.
Right.
Then he goes with his cutter, 4th seam, and he's got a slider, sweeper, whatever you want to call it. It's got 42 inches of break to it. So he can pare that down in a bullpen role. I think that he could go into that Mike King role right away and thrive.
Wow. But do you think so what's your thoughts on him? You think this guy is he a better starter? Is he a better reliever? Do you think he's better fitted for the pen? Or do you think
No,
this is
I
a
don't
guy
think
that
he's
can
better.
still...
I think that he can be highly effective in either role. It's just going to be because which pitches does he throw coming out of the bullpen? And he can expand his repertoire in either way. So he's going to be equally good, in my opinion, no matter what he does. But he's capable of doing both at a very high level.
So this is the other point that I think you've definitely helped me out with. And this is why I was telling people that I actually liked the Weaver deal. Look, if you asked Dane, if you asked me, if you asked Francis who's in the chat, if you've asked anybody on this team, and I think the majority of this chat would probably sit there and look at you and go, hey, look, if the Yankees could add Snell, I'd do it. But here's the thing. I think the D word is what is very important to the Yankees right now. That's depth. They have it in the rotation. They really do. More than, you guys know us. You guys know us here. If you've been following NYU for a while, look, we're not going to bullshit. If I could sit here right now and say, guys, is there questions? Hell yeah. Of course there's questions in the Yankees rotation. But here's the difference of this year and last year. Last year was like, well, who is the 6, 7? Who's the 8? Do we even have those
We had no
guys?
clue.
This year, Dane, it's like the list goes on and on and on and on. It's like you have enough. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, knock on wood, we've seen injuries, but holy shit, will there have to be an earthquake in the rotation for things to get really ugly?
They're really 10 deep with starters when you go with Gomes, Heel, Beater, and Warren, as well as Weaver. So they
Hampton's
have
right behind them. Hampton is what? A couple of months into the season, you could start saying he's knocking on the door.
he finished in Double-A, so he'll be. If the things we're hearing about him this winter are true, that he's added some more velocity to the fastball, he's refined the slider, and working on a better changeup. If that's true, he could be up in 2 months.
Well, I tell you what, if you've ever gotten me excited about a prospect, I got to be honest, I think Hampton's that guy.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see him. So, there's some stuff that you have said to me and that we've talked about quite a lot. I 150% am excited about seeing this guy. I'm extremely excited about seeing this guy. No question about it. A lot of the things you've talked about here recently about this guy coming. You told us in our group chat the other day, you guys are gonna love this guy when he comes up because of the attitude he pitches with. He puts batters away. He goes for the kill. He's a dog on the mound. You need that in New York. That's why we wanted Rodon so bad. I hope Hampton can kind of fill that also.
Hampton is a guy that wants to put the batter, the catcher, and the umpire on his ass because he's going to throw through it.
Damn.
He's Roger Clemens-esque on the mound, where he just has that "I'm going to destroy you" mindset.
Yeah.
From pitch one to the very last pitch. He's a very high intensity pitcher. But the nice thing with Chase is he's got the stuff that matches that. He's really Cole light. He's 95 to 97 right now with the fastball. He's got an incredible cutter, huge 12-6 curveball slider, and he's working on the changeup. So he's got
cutter. And if that, I was just going to say, when you say Cole light, a lot of times when I hear somebody that has like this brilliant cutter and a pitch that is maybe kind of career or game changing for a pitcher, I think of Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns is the guy I really think about when it comes to that cutter, because that's what really changed that guy's career, is that he has one of the best cutters in Major League Baseball, if not the best right now. And that pitcher could just eat batters alive and it get you through games very quick.
Yeah, it's a pitch that can carry you through an order multiple times because it has the look of the fastball and the slider.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you throw both those other two pitches, you can tunnel those three off of each other and make a very, very effective pitch package.
Yep. No doubt about it. And guys, we are about 9 minutes away from Yankees Hot Stove to come on. I don't really have a prediction, to be honest, of what the hell they're going to talk about today. Maybe it's the Snell stuff. Maybe it's Noah Syndergaard. Somebody did mention, I think Christian in our chat was just saying it actually. What you were saying earlier, is there a possibility the Yankees look to bring this guy in as a pen arm? You think there's
Syndergaard?
To just say, hey, just let it loose?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, you got to make a change in your career, right? If starting is working,
if starting, he's a big, strong guy that throws hard. And maybe if you reduce some of the stress on his arm going 5-6 innings, maybe he becomes effective and the stuff plays up out of the bullpen.
Yeah. Well, we got a super chat here from my friend Kyle Millet.
Kyle.
They ain't can move, man. Let me tell you. Kyle says the savior Greg Allen is back. Let's go. My guy, Greg Allen.
Wouldn't be a season without him.
Wouldn't be a season without Greg Allen. No doubt about it. But I'll tell you this, man. And I'm high on this guy as it is. If the Yankees are going to go out there and say, let's go ahead and potentially add to our bullpen, and if they're even considering Syndergaard in that regard, I'll tell you this, man. Go out there and get Shintaro Fujinami. I'd rather give that kid an elite look, because if he could just start the year out the bullpen, pair that guy up with Matt Blake, holy shit, man. Let me tell you. And let's be real. I don't think this is a guy that's getting $7-8 million a year. I think he might have to settle for a minor deal, potentially.
Yeah, he could.
I think somebody, just because the kid throws 103 miles an hour, somebody's probably going to say, hey, we'll book you on a major league squad. But I could very well see somebody going, hey, we want to, to accept a minor league deal. They say he got
Yeah.
6 offers out there right now. We'll see what happens, but I love that kid's stuff. I love his stuff.
I didn't like him as a starter, which you and I talked about last year,
Yeah.
that we thought the initial role that he should have gone to was a bullpen role.
Correct.
And when he moved to the Orioles, it looked a lot better before he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt, and I think he had one outing where he gave up like 6 runs out of the bullpen, and it just really beat up his time with Baltimore. Then, of course, on top of that, he got injured, couldn't get back in time. But he's a guy who looked like a completely different pitcher. He's still available out there. We know Keenan Middleton is still available out there, who got really good stuff. But Dan, I go back, after getting a guy like Matt Gage, who we're both fans of, we like
I
that
am
pickup.
a big fan.
My thing is, how much more money are the Yankees going to allocate to that bullpen? Do they still feel like we probably need another righty reliever at this point? Do we got to bring in Middleton? Or are you at the point where it's like you guys have enough pitching in the minors that one of those kids could fill that role?
That's what I think. I could see Danny Watson filling in that role almost immediately. Someone I've talked about quite a bit. He's a 6'8" sidearm kid. Reminds you a lot of Jeff Nelson, but he has a cutter that allows him to get both left and right hand hitters out. He's starting to throw a little bit harder, so he's in the mid 90s. He's someone that could be really, really effective, and he's also capable of going 2-3 innings.
Yeah.
So he could fill in a bigger role if you needed him to. Andres Gomez is someone that
that's what I like.
Is the guy that I really, really like in that role. He can stand there and tell you the 4 seam's coming and nobody can hit it anyway.
That's what I like about him. That's what I like a lot about him, because he's one of those guys where it's like, I'm not saying it didn't work out as a starter, but his biggest problem was staying on the mound as a starter. He just couldn't do it.
Right.
So for me, I am all for letting that kid go and just say, hey, look, man, you got the 1 inning go. You got that 1 inning. Let's see what you got. And we kind of got a little taste of it last year.
We did.
When he came in and he looked phenomenal, throwing 95 miles an hour, looked good, good breaking ball. He's a guy that, no doubt about it, I think could really fit that very well.
Yeah, I think that he could be perfect for that role. He's got elite stuff. He struck out 12 guys in 4 2/3 innings last year.
Yeah.
The guy can throw 5 pitches for strikes.
Yep.
It's just a matter of keeping him healthy. And when we talked to his pitching coach, they said that what they did last year was build a routine that's going to keep him healthier going forward. I think moving him to a bullpen role, especially early on, would be a great way for him to break in. And if he can stay healthy, give him a shot as a starter. There's nothing wrong with breaking into the major leagues via the bullpen and then going to the rotation.
Agreed. We've seen that happen many times when it was done correctly. The Yankees have had a track record of doing it poorly. We know that about Jabba Chamberlain. They tried it with Phil Hughes to kind of go back and forth, and that didn't work out extremely well. Worked out phenomenally in 2009 when he was one of the most exciting parts of that team's bullpen. But let's do this. We got about 3 minutes. We got a couple of voicemails. Let's get to some of those. Dane, I believe you said you could hear it, right? You could hear it when I played.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's get to it.
Hello, Pete. Good evening. This is Jean. I wanted to just start by letting you know I'm happy for Jira's birthday, and the picture you posted on X was very sweet, and you both look good. And I hope you had a great night. Anyway, what are we going to do about these Yankees? Cashman, whoever's responsible for the trades. The only thing I'm certain of in my mind is that we need to add the pitcher, obviously, in the rotation. But we also would be World Series ready if we could do that and bring in a stronger reliever. I've been reading everyone's speculation that I think his name is Lewis Gill is our in-house choice for that. But I don't know how soon he would begin with the spring training or the regular season, or how ready he would be to step in, or how soon. So anyway, that's just basically what I have to say. I don't feel we are World Series 1-2 punch to the other teams as we are now standing in the rotation. Anyway, lots of love to you and the NYY. Bye now.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Gene.
Gene.
Truly, truly appreciate it. Look, the Yankees got time, though, and that's the other thing we also do have to remember is they got time to improve the club overall and get that 1-2 pair for the postseason. We do know that Burns is probably going to be moved unless Milwaukee's having a phenomenal season. Cease is still there. You don't even know at that time who else could be available. But Dane, we got big news. We got really, really big news that I want to talk about real quick. I don't know if anybody has saw this yet, but this is big for the American League East. The Angelos family is selling the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles are being bought by a group led by private equity billionaires David Rubenstein and Mike Arafetti for $1.7 billion. Let me tell you something. If you're a Baltimore fan, you should be the happiest person alive right now because if this is two billionaires are buying the Baltimore Orioles, who, by the way, if you're an Orioles fan, you know I show you guys love. And the reason I do is because you guys have one of the most beautiful ballparks in Major League Baseball. And man, oh man, do they love this team. And they deserve it. They deserve to have a good club. But the American League East may have just got a lot tougher. I'm going to put this on the screen. It's from Foul Territory. A few others have reported it also already. There you go. The Angelos family is selling the Orioles. And that's probably why you've also seen them make no moves and do nothing whatsoever, because they knew this was going to happen. So, holy shit, Baltimore is about to could get very scary for the New York Yankees and everybody else in the East, because if I was coming into that and we had a lot of money, Dane, here's what I'm doing. All those young kids, you're all signed for a good 10 years. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, absolutely.
Gunnar
and then
Henderson. Who's the other one that's getting called up now?
Jackson Holiday.
Jackson Holiday. Do what they did with the other cat in with Milwaukee. Bring him in now. Sign him now.
Right.
Don't even wait.
Churros.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane.
That's really scary because that makes them, maybe that's why Boris is waiting.
Never
on
know.
Snell.
And I don't know how long that stuff takes. Like, I don't know if it's done and then they'd hop right in, or does it take a couple of months? But it's sold. It's agreed to. It's done. But we do have Hot Stove now. Let's take a listen for a little bit and see what we get.
Yankees done so far, Jack, been able to erase that bad taste in the mouths they had from 2023.
Are they a better team today than when the season ended? Yes, they are. That was an 82-win team. General manager Brian Cashman called that season a disaster. Hal Steinbrenner and Aaron Boone have called it unacceptable. So I think you start with Soto and everything that he means to that lineup. We haven't seen him in a Yankee uniform at spring training yet. We haven't seen him have an at-bat that's meaningful. But when he finally gets to that point, I think we're going to see the impact that he is going to have on that offense, on that lineup. That offense was historically bad last season. I spoke to Aaron Boone this week for a podcast that's going to air next week. But we talked about that lineup and the excitement guys have been able to put Judge and Soto back-to-back. It'll probably be Soto second, Judge third. But you start there, and you're already excited and invigorated if you're a Yankee fan.
You know, the additions that they made, obviously Stroman makes their starting pitching better. Soto is one of the best hitters in baseball history, and that's not hyperbole. Verdugo is, you know, you could pencil him for 30 to 35 doubles. You combine that with health, which they didn't have last year, then they're much better. But if they continue to struggle with health, I think they're better, but did they make up 18 games, 19 games on the Orioles?
Good point.
Everything has to go well for them to make up 19 games.
Part of what we're talking about here on offense, obviously. What about defense? You're going to see a lot of Judge in center field, probably.
All right, so we know that already about the defense. Aaron Rodgers with a super chat says, Balake Snell t-shirts, NYYU. Shout out to Joey Bag of Donuts over here. No doubt about it. Hey, look, if we get Snell, let me tell you right now, we got a lot of great stuff going on. I'll be very happy.
So would I. I'm still blown away about that Baltimore news. If that means they're going to start making moves.
Bro, that's big. That is absolutely big. And like I said, guys, right now, I want to see if they talk about a player. Right now, they're talking about the Yankees defense. Shit, we can do that all day. We've done that for a while. But holy shit, I think if there's been maybe one of the Baltimore probably could have went out there, made a couple of moves. But I think if you are the Baltimore Orioles and you're a Baltimore Orioles fan, today feels like you just won the World Series. I know that sounds crazy, but Peter Angelos made... Dane, they got in for the first time, and this moron said I'd have to raise all these prices if we're going to keep all these guys. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this team has busted their ass of a young group, a young core you finally have in your hands. Any team would kill for the young group of players that you guys have. And as a prospects guy, Dane, you know that. These guys have come up and have been legitimate. And to be able to hear an owner say that when you're going into the postseason, it's disgusting. So the great thing is, if you're an Orioles fan, you got to sit back now and go, well, these guys are billionaires. Steve Cohen's a billionaire. A lot of the baseball owners have a shit ton of money. Is he going to allocate that money to this club? Like, are we expected to re-sign these guys now? Are we comfortable that they could be Orioles for life finally? I would say you got to have a pretty... if I was an Orioles fan, as of right now, I'd be pretty damn confident that this team, they're going to want to make an impact pretty quick.
Yes, Adlai Rutschman, they got to re-sign him. Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holiday, get all those kids locked up, and then they can start making moves out of their farm system because they have the number 10 ranked kid in all of baseball. He's a catcher. He's blocked.
Yep.
That brings back a heck of a pitcher, but they've been unwilling to move him so far. Maybe they will now. And that AL East just gets scarier.
Looks like we got, let's see what Kay is talking about. I believe he's talking on Marcus Stroman. Let's see what we got.
What he said. He wants to be here. He's had discussions already with Boone. He's had discussions with Cashman. I think he's ready to go. The key is health. He's been around the block, 32 years old. I think he could be a real plus for the Yanks.
When you look at what pitchers have signed for and even what pitchers haven't signed for, this is a very reasonable and a very smart signing by the Yankees. Let's be honest about this offseason. They wanted Yamamoto. That was plan A. They were willing to go to $300 million. That wasn't enough to get Yamamoto, so now you have to pivot. You have to figure out a plan B. They had some interest in Snell, but not at the prices that Snell wants to be at. So Marcus Stroman is sitting there, and for all the reasons that Michael just talked about, this is a nice fit. He gets ground balls. He is a guy who throws that sinker a lot. He's going to get more than 50% of the balls put in play are going to be hit on the ground. And I think when you talk about that energy and you talk about wanting to embrace what's going on in New York, you need to have an attitude in New York. You need to believe that you can come here and have an impact, and I think Stroman believes that.
I wish the manager had that mindset.
Defense,
yeah, I wish he did too.
This guy,
right? That's kind of funny that they could admit easily that. If you're a player, you need to have that. But what about the manager? He doesn't seem to have that too well. But anyway, I want to get to this comment. Leo Lucas says all owners are billionaires. No, that's actually not true. One. And two, it doesn't matter if they are or they aren't. The point that I'm trying to make is, will they allocate the funds to the team? A lot of owners have a lot of money. They pocket it. So that's the point I'm bringing up, is that, yeah, a lot of these owners do have a lot of money. They could be billionaires, not so much billionaires. Or, it doesn't really matter. Peter Angelos is a billionaire.
Yes,
the Angelos family has a shit ton of money. Guess what they've decided to do? They decided to pocket it. So that's the point I'm trying to make, is that if you're an Orioles fan right now, you got to hope and be hopeful that that's not going to happen, that this team's going to make an impact pretty quickly, is the point that I'm making.
Wouldn't you like to be part of that ownership group that came into all that young talent?
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. I mean, was there ever a better time to buy the Baltimore Orioles than right now?
No.
I mean, holy shit. I mean, with the type of guy, Kersted's not even up yet. I mean, Cowser struggled a bit last year, but it's his first taste. It's like saying, well, Everson Pereira is never going to be good. Well, it's his first taste in the majors, and he struggled. So, I'm just like, at the end of the day, yeah, God bless them. They should be the happiest people on planet Earth right now that they're getting this type of team. It's not often where you go out there, you buy a club and go, we just won the East, and, we could be the favorites to win the East again. And if everything goes right for us, I mean, forget about it. We could run away with a championship to Baltimore pretty damn quick. Imagine if they go out there now, it's like, get Cease.
Yeah, get Cease, get Bieber, and then the whole AL East is screwed.
You never know. I mean, that's the thing right now. Is that and again, I just want everybody to understand. I'm not saying that I don't know if this happens so quickly that the team could get on the phone tomorrow and go, hey, all these agents with a new ownership group, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what that's like. I don't know if that's, Major League Baseball got to go through all the stuff, background checks, approve this. I'd assume that's probably somewhat already been done. Yeah, I would assume that's been done if it's even announced that they've sold them to another club. But they got a ballpark, they got a fan base, and boy, oh boy, do they have talent. And I tell you this, as a Yankee fan, I'm not joking when I tell you, it's a little worrisome. It's a little worrisome.
That becomes scarier than Boston. That becomes scarier than Tampa. And it goes right up there with the Astros, in my opinion.
Yep. Because the only thing that we know for a fact, Dane, it's when we were talking about Dylan Cease. And me and you both agreed, right? We said, yeah, of course. If the Orioles wanted Dylan Cease, they can have Dylan Cease. I mean, they can get Dylan Cease like that more than anybody. But what is the one thing I always brought up? I said, hey,
they don't make those trades.
They don't make those moves. They've never done it. So at the end of the day, now, if that team comes in there and they become these aggressive guys that's saying, hey, we want to bring a chip to Baltimore and we got the team to do it. We just need to add some veteran presence here, maybe some overall strong additional talent that's veterans. Yeah. I mean, they can do that quick and really be a scary club for years to come.
Who do they have at first base?
I think Mountcastle. Mountcastle plays first now for them.
Okay.
And I mean, he's only just a guy that every now and then will pop 25 plus at least,
I was wondering if Bellinger might be a fit for them now.
Yeah, you never know. You never know, man. And yeah, I think that's probably I was obviously expected to, do a show here talking a lot about the Yankees, but it's pretty big fucking news. And I just turned it on. That's nobody sent a message about this. Like, this is 12 minutes ago this was posted. And then I seen more coming out. I'm like, wow. So it is true.
Yeah, I saw your eyes go big. I'm going, what's going on?
You're probably thinking, did they get Snell? What happened? I'm like,
yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Francis agrees with you. Bellinger could work over there. He definitely can. He definitely could make a lot of sense over there.
And maybe that would explain why Boris has been holding out some of his guys for so long. He might have had an idea this was coming.
You never know. And that's the other reason, too. While I was sitting back a lot of times. Oh, Sarge, what's up, brother?
Sarge.
I was sitting back a couple of times, too, going, how does Baltimore not improve this team? Like, you got to be the dumbest people on planet Earth. When you can't recognize, you got a real chance to win quick.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's absolutely wild. But let's see. Before we get into more voicemails, I believe Hot Stove may be talking about Matt Gage. Let's take a listen.
From the Astros, after they signed Josh Hader, Matt Gage was designated for assignment. They claimed him. He pitched in 5 games for the Astros in 2023. Well, best case scenario, of course, is the Yankees won't have to rely on their depth too much this season. Up next, we will discuss the guys who will be the biggest X factors as this.
So, Dane, I mean, basically what Hot Stove is doing, guys, right now is what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks is, right next they're going to talk about the X Factors, the DJ LeMayus, the Nestor Cortez, the Carlos Rodon, and players like that and how they, that could affect the team going forward. So let's do this, guys. We got a few more voicemails loaded in here. Let's get to those. And then, yeah, we'll definitely discuss the Baltimore Orioles a little more, but here we go.
Hey, Pete, how you doing? Hope everything is well. This is JR, VZ Tech from Brooklyn.
Yo.
Just have a quick question for you. Do you think the Yankees are already done with the bullpen help after some of the acquisitions they got? What would be your opinion on the Japanese pitcher, the one from the Orioles? You could probably get him real cheap. He's got a good pop on his fastball. He's got like maybe 4 or 5 additional pitches. I know his ERA was kind of high, but there was a stretch that he had a long time that he was just lights out. The Japanese pitcher from the Orioles, Shintaro Fujinami, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion? I know we could probably get him on the cheap. He hasn't signed with anybody yet. What's your opinion on that? Thanks. Hope all is well. Good luck on everything, man.
Appreciate it, my guy. Thank you so much. And yeah, look, you probably already heard me talk about it. If I could advise the Yankees on anything, I would 100% be like, I think you guys should take a flyer on Fujinami. If it's a 1 year, 2-year deal, small money, you could always release him if it doesn't work. It's not that bad, but I think it's more than worth it to take a chance on that kid. I mean, big strikeout numbers. I know overall he mentions that, he struggled. His ERA was high. Well, as a starter, he was terrible. And if you go back to my original videos of speaking about him, I was told from a couple of people I speak to that watch these guys on a daily basis that he's a better bullpen guy in the majors. He should not be a starter. Flat out, just like that, he should not be a starter. And I took that into account with the Yankees. And I said, even as a reliever, it could make sense knowing what his stuff is. And there was a stretch there when he went to Baltimore when a guy like a 2.12 ERA for a long extended period of time. And he had the injury and he kind of tailed off. But this is a guy that somebody could get really cheap. 64 games. He had 79 innings pitched, 83 Ks. And remember, much more of those Ks came as a relief pitcher than it did as a starter. So those K numbers as a relief pitcher were a lot better than as a starting pitcher. I'd be all over this damn guy, man.
So would I. When you have Matt Blake, you want to be careful how many projects you want to load Matt Blake up with. But Matt Blake specializes in command. And that's what Fujinami needs. So that would be a really perfect place for him to end up. It would be something he could end up in the back end of the bullpen very quickly and be really good.
And if you look at his pitch distribution overall, he's a relief pitcher. It's as clear as day to see it. His changeup is not good. His cutter is but his 2 above average pitches are a fastball that's the 97th percentile in Major League Baseball, one of the hardest fastballs you could throw, and his slider. That's a relief pitcher.
That's a relief pitcher.
Fastball, well above average slider, 2-pitch mix. You go out there, you let it gun for 1 inning. That's all we need you to do. 1 inning. You don't want to stretch them. 1 and done. And holy hell, I think you could find lightning in a bottle with this kid.
I think he was up to 102 or 103 last year as a reliever.
Yeah. He was at 103. We got a super chat here from our friend Slim Lewis. The Yankees will be bullshitting their fans if they don't add to the rotation. This isn't all in. Also, the NL Central sucks. Milwaukee ain't selling. Well, I gotta disagree a little on that. Let me tell you why I disagree a little on that. Milwaukee will have to be overly convinced that they could win the whole thing if they hold on to
Burns.
To Burns. They'll do. Who did that 1 year? Seattle was competing and they were like, go trade our closer.
Yep.
Because we don't really buy this. Like, we're not buying into this. It'll be the same thing with Milwaukee, is that they'll if they're even in the division lead for a little bit, yes, they could gun for, but what is more valuable? Getting a prospect back, if you just hold on to him, a pick, or does a team maybe give you 2 or 3 to top 10?
Yeah,
you might want to go with the 2 or 3 to top 10. I think somebody would.
I do too. Especially now that this Baltimore news, that could be scary.
It could be very scary. No question. No question about it. No question about it. Let's continue on with the voicemails here.
Hey, Pete. Hey, Dane. I have a question. What is your opinion on Noah Syndergaard, and are you interested in him being our 5th starter, or are you interested in someone else? How's it going?
Dane?
I have no interest in him as his 5th starter.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that 150%. I have no interest in the New York Yankees going ahead and bringing him in. I just don't see the value of it. I don't see the value of spending that money when in reality that money could go to your pen. You could very well pick up a Fujinami. You could very well bring back Keenan Middleton. You could do a lot of that stuff. I'm not sitting there doing anything like that. That to me just doesn't add up.
Yeah, it doesn't to me either.
Because do we really believe he's going to get less than $10 million?
Not really.
That's what I'm saying, especially if there's a rumor of 15 teams being interested. And on top of that, for the Yankees, that's what? What is if he signed for $10 million, what is it, 21, 22?
21 and a half.
Yeah, come on now. Come on, let's keep it going.
Hey, Pete, Kyle Malay here. We need to stay far away from Noah Syndergaard because I just don't think he's any good anymore. But Blake Snell, yeah, the Yankees say they're done pursuing him, but I really do think if he comes back to them and wants to work out a deal, they'll work something out. But yeah, I hope you're having a good night, and you're doing great on your show, and Dane's doing great too, and we'll talk to you some other time. Have a good night. Go Yankees.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, Kyle. Thank you so much, man. And yeah, man, look, this year so far as a whole, now, you know, I was just reading somebody on Twitter was just saying, thank God there's more playoff spots in baseball now because the American League East just probably got a little more scary.
Yeah.
It's obviously the big thing to discuss and to talk about. But the other thing I also want to do is shout out the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance today. Yeah, Thickety Wickets. I going back to what Kyle said too, that he thinks that Snell could come crawling back to the Yankees and it can make it work. Me and Dane started off the show talking about that if he does come crawling back, you probably don't want to be stupid and probably do want to try to get something to work there. I'd be all for that. I don't know how you let a talent like that just say, hey, go away. We're the Yankees. We have money. Yeah, but we don't want you now. But I also just wanted to really briefly shout out the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance. I know you guys see me on here. You see Dane. You see Mario, Kev. You see NYYST. You see Francis putting in a lot of the work when it comes to being on camera. Me, producing all this stuff, putting all this stuff together. But I'll be honest with you, man. The job that Jira does is a very, very difficult one. Handling all the media. She handles all the stuff with iTunes. She handles breaking down video clips, putting them on every social media platform we have. That is all of what she does. When I'm here for 24 hours, she's here for 24 hours. When I'm here for 16 hours, she's here for 16 hours. 8, she's here for 8. And that does not change. I have been very blessed to have somebody that shares my dream, which is not something you get all the time, of somebody going, you know what? I want to do that with you. I want that dream to be there with you also. And she's done that. She loves it. She is definitely enjoying baseball a little more than ever before, which is very, very nice, by the way. But again, it is her birthday. It is her birthday today. So yeah, she is definitely the real MVP, no doubt about it. Definitely.
I just got to say this about her. I try to do just the tiniest bit of moderating, and I want to pull my hair out. How she does everything that she does, and she's faster than me at everything, and it drives me nuts, is just incredible. She does an amazing, amazing job.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jira.
Yes, happy birthday to the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance. Love you much, girl. Love you much. We got another voice. Here's a great voicemail to go to right after that. DJ Steelio, here we go.
Yeah, well, the one and only friendly neighborhood DJ Steelio calling in again. How you doing? Hey, Dane, how you doing? What's up, guys? Blake Snell, the rumors about Blake Snell, the Yankees, finally getting over him. I don't believe it because, one, they how can they just, stop going after a starting pitcher, nevertheless, that would actually help the team out, It doesn't make any sense. And also with the Noah Syndergaard rumors, I'm not against it because if he could be a great arm for the bullpen, like a long reliever or something, or a setup guy. You never know. But yeah, I would not be against it. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. I don't know if he still has long hair, but if he still has long hair, he's gonna have to cut that thing off, man. And that's about it with the Yankee news, man, or baseball news. I got a couple of other things to say, if you guys don't mind. When Dane does a push-up, he's actually pushing the earth down. Damn, Dane. I got another one. Dane, his tears cure cancer. Too bad he doesn't cry. Goodness gracious, Dane. And also, one more thing for the beautiful, lovely fiance. Wilmer Valderrama's birthday is today as well. He should be grateful to share his birthday with Jera. All right? Happy birthday to the beautiful, lovely fiance. The pain in my ass, even though I'm not married to her or anything. She's a pain in my ass, but it's her birthday, man. We got to celebrate it. Happy birthday, Jera, and have fun. Celebrate it. Gotta go, guys. Peace.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you, Steels. No question about it. It's Connor O'Neill with the Super Chat says, happy birthday, Jera. What's up, Pete and Dane? What up, brother? How you doing?
What up?
Smacky the like, hitty the subby. Warren France, I got to correct you again, bro, because I think there's something wrong up top of your head for real. And listen to this statement. This is the most idiotic thing I ever heard in my life. Every single year, you guys want the best pitcher available. I mean, I'll settle for Noah Syndergaard every year if that's, you want to go join the Kansas City Royals. I mean, if you want to be a Royals fan, go be a Royals fan. But if the Yankees are not looking to add the best pitchers available and players available every year, they shouldn't be the New York Yankees no more.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I'm extremely confused, but every year you guys want the best player. Damn you. How dare you want to do that?
Well, they're the New York Yankees. That's what they do. That's why we root for them.
I mean, let's go to the Trop together. Let's go skip to the Trop and root that they get the best players every year. That's a better idea.
Root Baltimore.
The LI comment of the month right there. That's it. LI comment of the month. My God, unbelievable. Let me see if we got any more voicemails, guys. Again, 804-592-6160. Oh, Jeff J in the house.
Thank you
Jeff.
for being a friend.
Jeff says, gonna drop a 10 spot because when I leave a voicemail, they somehow magically break. Get lost or erased by Pedro Simonetti. Jeff, I guess I don't want to hear from you. I want Bauer. He caused nothing and he's hungry and he has upsides. Ain't gonna happen, Jeff. I'm sorry to tell you. It ain't gonna happen, Jeff. They're not getting Bauer. I don't think anybody is, by the way.
Not with the open case is still ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's not going to happen. He apparently got 2. There's some people that said there's 3 that are out there. I've heard 3 that are out there. I
haven't heard that.
Yeah, so what the frig are you going to do? I mean, look, I think I said it. I said it in the original video when he had the conversation with WFAN. And I said flat out, look, I like the guy, he's kind of sat there and answered questions like a man. Good for him. He's kind of fessed up to some things. When he mentioned in there's open pending cases, I'm sitting there going, all right, look, if they want to give him a chance, give him a shot. But then you start to think about it more and more and more and more. And it's like, I don't think any team is going to take the risk.
What happens if he comes back guilty in those cases?
Or even a lot of times too, even if there is I think if they look at it and go, we got to investigate this. A lot of times baseball says you out. You're not going to play during that time. And I don't think anybody, wants that to happen. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody wants to do that. And, look, fortunate or unfortunate, however you feel about the Bauer situation, should he get a chance? Should he not get it? However you feel about it, the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, teams have the opportunity to sign whoever they want to sign.
Right.
And that's truly the bottom line. That's the bottom line on it right there, is they could sign whoever they want to sign, and if they don't want to, they don't have to.
No.
They don't have to. That's the way it goes. And Bauer, he's admitted it. He's made a lot of enemies. You know, he's said, and I know some people go, yeah, but he should be allowed to say what he wants. 100% he should be, and he has been. And look where he is right now. So I'm not saying that he should have held it back. I'm not saying that, but let's be honest here. There also is times and situations where you just handle things differently. You know, if you had things to say about the commissioner of Major League Baseball, instead of making it a public statement, why don't you request a meeting with him? You're a player in the club.
Yeah, sometimes he was his own worst enemy with things he said,
And to be fair, he said that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I don't see that happening at all. I don't see that happening at all. There was another comment on here that I just wanted to get a little giggle out of. This is again from Warren France. My God, Warren, you are falling down the charts, my guy. Why would the Yankees go after Ace every single year? It makes no sense. You guys begged for Carlos Rodon. Okay, why would the Yankees not look to add a hard-throwing, left-handed starting pitcher inside Yankee Stadium for multiple years?
That wants to play for him.
That wanted to play for the New York Yankees. That was telling CC Sabathia before that interviews, it could still happen.
Yeah.
When he was under contract, it was obviously he wanted to play for them.
Give me the best pitcher or the opportunity at the best pitcher every year, and I'm a real happy guy.
Unbelievable. This guy, Uncle Ted, thinks I have a hairpiece stain. There's my hairpiece. Look. That's my hairpiece. I got a hairpiece now. Now I got plugs now.
Oh, okay.
And like my plugs, they look nice, right?
Yeah, I couldn't notice them at all.
Couldn't even tell the difference. That's how fucking good I am. I'm good. I'm good, baby. I love it. Uncle Ted, you son of a bitch. Let me see, guys. We do got a couple of voicemails. I think we got one more. If it's Warren France, I'm deleting it. Yes, Francis, I'm wearing a piece. Let's see. Here we go.
Who is this guy Warren in the chat? I mean, I didn't know the Yankees became the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. You want the best pitcher. We have two pitchers making $30 million a year. Yeah, one of them won the Cy Young. Of course we want the best players. We're the Yankees. When George was alive, it was, hey, Cash, go send the best available player. Here's your checkbook. I'll see you later. Now we got Hal, who plays Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon in his garage. Doesn't spend $1. He spends, but we got a dumbass that doesn't know how to allocate those spending of the funds.
There it is.
Hopefully that changes. See you later, Pete. Happy birthday, Jira. Sorry this guy Warren's in the chat ruining your birthday, but it'll be all right. Now Pete's blood pressure's up. Have a good day. See you guys in Tampa.
Nah, bro, I'm good. It's just kind of hilarious to me that people could sit there and just be like, yeah, the Yankees should never use their biggest advantage and go out there and add the best players available. It's absolutely batshit crazy. What I will agree with, of course, is what Connor just said, which he is right about. Hal Steinbrenner spent money. You know, if anybody sits there and goes, this guy does not spend, no, you're wrong. He spends money. The problem is that he's allowed Brian Cashman to spend his money for this long. That's the problem, because there is a difference in the roster right now than it was last year. It's much more balanced. So that's the way it should be done. But that roster last year, bro, when you really looked at it, it was dog shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely dog shit. So
I remember more than a couple times you and I had the conversation. How can you spend $300 million on that payroll?
It's insane. It's unbelievable to even think that was even humanly possible, but you know, it was, and that's what they put together. Let's see. We have another voicemail. We're going to wrap up with this one.
Hey, Pete, it's DJ Celio calling in again. How you doing? Hey, man, I just want to call because I just want to, I got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind me asking. Who is this Warren Friend schmuck? Because he's reminding me of a lot of, like, L.I., and I don't like it, man. He needs to be sent back to the gulags because he's talking out of his ass, okay? Gotta go.
That was Simon.
Oh,
Simon.
Simon.
Simon Steels. Simon Steels.
Simon
Good old
Steels.
Simon Steels. Slim Lewis says Milwaukee's owner is terrified of alienating fans. I don't think so. He does it pretty often. What you are saying is logical, but you don't understand Wisconsin and those fans. They ain't selling. I guess I don't understand Wisconsin.
You're probably lucky. Apparently, I don't either.
That's the first time I ever heard that. I mean, Milwaukee's a team that typically trades their players away.
Yeah, and if they were trying to alienate the fan base, what about taking Burns to arbitration and trashing him to the point where he said he'd never re-sign there?
Yeah, I mean, to the fact that they literally said their best pitcher was the reason they didn't make the postseason. Think about that. Their best pitcher's the reason they didn't make it. So, Dane, we're going to get ready to wrap this baby up today, guys. If there is news, obviously today, we got you covered. If there's some news mañana, of course, we'll have you covered. I still expect that the Yankees possibly have something else out there for, I don't know if it's going to be a trade, but I mean, God, I didn't even get into this. We could talk about this all day, but maybe we'll do something on this tomorrow or something else. But they still got 5 catchers on the 40-man. I don't necessarily expect that to stay that way.
No, I think Narvaez is getting, or Rortvedt is getting traded before opening day.
That's what I would think. And then the other thing is, too, they also have a lot of relief pitchers that can't be sent down to the minors that are going to have to make that team. So there's probably going to be something out there where the Yankees maybe make some minor trades, minor moves, maybe move some other guys for some low-level prospects. But we'll see what happens. And what they do. Dane, do you want to leave us with anything?
Yeah, Farm Report Friday with Eli Fishman and I and Carlos.
Nice. That's a solid one. So Farm Report, we got a busy. Oh no, we don't. That's right. Oh no, we do. I'm sorry. Farm Report is on Friday. We also got Bronx and Nothing coming on Friday. Very, very excited. Luis Castellanos. What's going on, my guy? Says, Pete, come down to Tampa and you all can set to do your podcast in my shop, Luigi's. Luis, don't be tempting me, Luis, because we're head up over there. Hit me up, Luis, NYYunderground@yahoo.com. Hit me up and we'll have a conversation. But Friday, Farm Report. Friday, Bronx and Nothing. We are packed, baby. Smacky that likey. Hitty the subby. Dane, we out, my guy. You going to go, what are you doing after this? Going to chase down Bigfoot?
Trying to.
He's probably already outside your house waiting for you.
Yeah, waiting to go. Yeah, I'll leave that alone.
Whoa, holy shit. Hey, yo. All right, we're going to move on from that, folks, but I don't know where Dane was going. You guys can make up your mind on that one. Until next time.
Later, guys.
We are out. Have a great rest of your guys' day. See you later.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way down